Can we break out and dance as
Oh,
we go live? Oh, we
go
are.
ahead. I'll watch.
Yeah. I bet you say that to all the boys.
Yeah.
Oh God, folks,
Yeah.
welcome to a very special talking random. No, it's not the random party, and it's not Dungeons Dragons and Discourse,
No,
and it's not talking.
Tavern chat.
Uh, no, it's not Gamers Health, Rachel. Uh,
You always said tavern chat during the day or something to that effect.
yeah, it's your random tavern chat.
Triple D uncensored.
Triple D, Triple D in the afternoon.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
Listen, folks, it's a holiday weekend. I don't know what's going on yet for tomorrow. Glenn and I might be on. I may be randomly located in the Poconos, so we
Is
figured.
it? Is it? Is this our Friday this week?
I don't. It's our Friday
I
this
lost.
week.
It is because I lost track. To tell
It's
you the
the
truth.
first Friday, so it's our Friday. But I'm just
Okay.
mess,
However
just
you
throwing
want to
out.
do it, I'm sure I could fit it in at at 7 o'clock here at
Yeah,
night.
I gotta
You know.
I gotta figure out what the responsibilities are if we are in the Poconos. So
This week's been. Whew, I rearranged the bedroom with my wife last night,
right,
and today I'm trying to clean the house because tomorrow we're going to have relatives for Fourth of July. Unfortunately, only three of them are going to show up.
that's how I like my relatives. Very low. I like the low numbers of relatives. Less
Um,
stress.
I figure I wouldn't get any peace until Saturday anyway. So
Well, there you go. So that's what
yeah,
I'm saying, folks. Don't pencil in tomorrow, but don't put it in an ink because ain't nothing
yeah,
guaranteed until we officially announce it.
that's right.
But we figured we'd get this in, get a chance
Right.
to talk with you all, give you updates on what's going on. And I guess now is that time. Oh my God.
By the way, I put in the dates for him, and I'm waiting for him to get back to me on Facebook. We're going to be having Glenn Seal on here soon, in maybe the
Right.
next couple of weeks.
And it's going to be an afternoon show, folks. Or
Yeah,
I
because
mean, because Glenn is on the other side of the pond,
yeah,
as
I mean, last three times I had him online on my show or this show or anything, it's always like 2 a.m. over there.
yeah. So we're trying to accommodate Glenn. We're trying to accommodate our viewers that aren't chubby. We always are here to
No,
entertain
no,
you.
no. You entertain me. No, I don't want to know. Really, I don't want to know. Never mind. We'll entertain. It's okay.
Keep it clean, folks. Keep it clean.
Yeah.
Um, God help us. God help us.
You're the
But
one
in
with
any case,
you're the
you
one with
know,
you're the one with the yoga pants.
folks, I'm not wearing pants, but that's probably more information than anybody wanted to know.
I didn't ask, and I didn't say the
Certainly,
dreaded TMI. So
no, certainly not wearing yoga pants, and I think I may be getting to the point where I can put a ponytail behind me.
yeah,
Like I can, I
that's one thing that really bugs me is TMI. Somebody tells me TMI, uh, there's a better than even chance that you're going to earn an FU out of me. I just I don't know why that. Even if it is, I mean, thanks for letting me know, but thanks for
right.
embarrassing me and for other people too. You
Well,
know,
I mean, listen, there's time and place for it. Like, hey,
like at the game table. No,
oh, well, you used the bathroom and you literally blew it up.
yeah.
Hey, give me a warning before I step into the
You ever see the
to the.
movie Brain? You ever see the movie Brain Donors?
I've heard of it. I
I
never
love
saw it.
the guy's dress, the dancer's dressing room, and he hears a flush, and John Turturro comes out and says, "You got a plunger?"
Oh, yeah, that's a bathroom I'm not running back into. It's okay, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm full of it today. I don't know why. I'm totally exhausted. But yeah, speaking of that, you know, TMI and game tables and stuff. Do you run into any of that? Like, as a GM, I have to watch my mouth for everybody, or X
No,
cards, or whatever the hell they talk about.
no. I mean, listen. When I run a game at a convention,
Mhm.
I try to take my audience into account. But
Mhm.
like, I was running a game at Central New York Con, and I at the beginning of the game, I looked
Oh
up
boy.
and hey, Bill,
Hey, Babarsh, how are you?
the Barsh man. I looked up and I realized, oh my God, half my table is women.
So,
And listen, do I like to do some off color jokes on occasion?
no, really?
Yes.
You think?
So I just had to retune my off color jokes to be more inclusive. I'm still gonna tell them. I just gotta make sure that they're more appropriate for the audience that
I
we got.
don't really don't have a problem with that when I'm running again, or even when I'm playing. I don't have a problem with that. What I have a problem of is me being 68 years old and my half of my table or three-quarters of my table not getting what I say.
Um, I'm 10 years younger than you, Glenn, and I often have that, and I make references to stuff that you like. Your Brady Bunch reference, your Get Smart
You
reference,
know what bugs me? The newer players don't get the Monty Python references. I find that weird.
to the Butterfish
Although
Bun.
I don't hardly do any anymore. But like for instance, uh, Gangbusters game I ran at the con. Um, there was a clue they found about the guy who was going around getting $10 for voting, and one of the news and one of the piece of paper on the other side it said "Hiya, pal" and banana oil. And what that was the key phrases you tell the guy who's running the polls there, so he knows you're in on it, and he gives you $10 when you leave. Okay.
Okay.
So it's like you go up there and say, "Hiya, pal." And he says, "Hey, you think McMaster's going to win?" You go, banana oil. Oh, okay. Come over here and sign this. But I had two or three players who had played Gangbusters before and kind of knew the genre say, "What's banana oil?" That was kind of like saying baloney.
But see,
Oh, okay. Or
but see,
BS, you know.
Pete Glenn, I would have asked the same question. I would have been like,
I wouldn't expect you to know
"Well,
because
okay then."
you don't go in, you don't know as much of the genre as I do,
No, I don't. I don't.
being a movie geek.
No,
Uh,
banana oil. It sounds like something that you know, in like the massage parlors. We use banana oil. It's like, okay.
well, it was I needed something like some kind of trigger word so these guys would know that they're on the take.
Okay. Well,
You know,
Greg says,
it's kind of like the day is sunny, but the rain is coming. You know, kind of like the
right.
old James Bond stuff, spy stuff.
Yeah, Greg says, I was in one of those games. I didn't know what banana oil was, but I'm only 44.
True. Okay.
Well, dude, I'm going to be 58 at the end of the month, and I had
All
no
right. I've learned not to expect that much from my players, but still, it was a little jarring for people who say they know all about this. Um,
well, okay. You know,
that's all. I mean,
you're
yeah,
you're a bit more your expertise exceeds that of the average person in the genre.
yeah, but yeah, and like I said, I've been a movie buff since I was in high school, so
Okay,
you know, I can pick up all that crap.
right. Like I was never a movie buff. I watched a lot of the older movies, but only
Mhm.
because I spent my summers in the Poconos and PBS Channel 44 WVIA Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, Carbondale, um, played a lot of
Doc,
old movies.
Doc, how are you doing?
And
He hardly ever shows up.
what's
I love
up, Doc? Sorry, I had to. I had to.
Doc Cross, GM of the best tune game there is. Played in 2 or 3 of his games over the years.
Actually, I when you bring up Tune, I miss Tim. I miss seeing Tim Schneider at the cons.
Yeah, you know what? I do too. I was hoping he'd come this year, but he didn't.
And I know he had health issues going on for a while with his eyes.
Yeah. I mean, I've always enjoyed his games.
Yes.
He runs a great tune game. He runs a great Mutant Future game.
Yes, 'tis true. 'Tis true.
That was his game that me and my friend Matt were in. That was Thundar the Barbarian.
I think that used to be his specialty, right? To run
yes, and that was a fun game. Let me tell you.
Thunder. Sorry, showing my age.
And I got to play Thundar, which was fun.
I
got to play Thundar, and he got to play Ukla.
I'd probably be like what Gleep,
No, Ukla. I told him. He says, "I've never watched the TV show. What's Ukla all about?" Well, think of Chewbacca with a really bad attitude.
Yes,
that's basically still running tune on the reg. All right. I wish we can get you out to North Texas, man. Dang it, but maybe someday. He's up Northern California.
God's country, right? Northern California is
something like that. I used to call it.
It's where the state hasn't gone crazy. And
that is left to debate, really.
All right, different crazy.
I mean, I guess if you stay away from San Francisco,
Well, yeah, but like Northern California isn't that where they used to have all the weed grows back in the day? You see, I remember.
Ashbury. Yep.
I do recall.
Hey, if Tim Cass can't be wrong.
Hey, whatever floats your boat. I'm just.
Yeah.
Oh, folks, by the way, there are 2 links on the bottom of the screen. Just want to let you know what they are for. The first one, Tenkar-Tavern.game/HB, is a huge bundle of RPGs on Humble Bundle. And it includes everything from Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay to Call of Cthulhu, to Dragonbane and G.I. Joe, Transformers. It's core rules. You're going there, you're picking up core rules, Doctor Who. It's a great deal. So that is over on Humble Bundle. And the next link, tenkars-tavern.game/T2K, is Twilight 2000 over on Fanatics. You can get, I think it's like 51 Twilight 2000 releases for $15. That is, I actually, for as low as $2.99, you can get the core rules, the Free City of Krakow. That's from what I can recall, that's one of the highest rated releases of anything for Twilight 2K. City of Angels, I think Equipment Thing, and another. It's like 5 releases, including the core rules, for like $3. So if you're looking, get your Twilight 2000 kick on. It's a great way to do it.
Yes, absolutely. Not me, but absolutely.
Doc says, way up north here in Cali, we keep the crazies that want to succeed and form the state of we got the state of Jefferson. Yes, the weed growers are mostly over on the North Coast.
And I will be thinking of Thomas Jefferson, not the other Jefferson.
What?
Davis.
Weezy? Are we talking George Jefferson?
Yeah, George. Yeah, him and First Lady Wheezy. Yeah,
First Lady Wheezy. Moving on up.
That's moving on way up.
Oh my God.
Oh, God. That's okay. They run good games. They run great games up there. They do.
Glenn is He's feeling it. He's got the going through
Well, I
withdrawals.
spent,
It looks like.
you know, I grew up in Long Beach Southern, and I spent 12 years in Northern California. So, you know, I pretty much know what and I've spent some time in Mammoth Lakes in the middle and, around Sacramento. So I pretty much know the lay of the land, at least how the people are there or
Right.
used to be. But hey, I don't want to get into that. I want to get into gaming. So what have we been
He,
talking about? What have we been talking about this week?
what are we talking about? Well, I
This show, and I think Triple D is almost like a recap of what you talked about on the other podcast.
well, it can be to some, but it's also us just uh, I don't know
Oh, I'm
hex
not
crawling.
I'm not
We do a
complaining.
hex crawl or
Yeah,
a sandbox.
yeah.
So
I miss it too, Doc. I'm actually getting
so
a second con this next year, so maybe
ooh,
we'll work that one into the following year. I don't know.
yeah, look at that, Glenn spreading his wings, getting out there.
With what
Well,
money? I don't know.
well, but I don't know if anybody that's watching has been following the Diamond Comics distributors bankruptcy.
Yeah,
Uh,
how's that going?
well, I thought the bad news was that the post bankruptcy Diamond wasn't paying their customers, which defeats the point of the bankruptcy because
Mm-hmm.
you're supposed to be able to now start paying bills because your debt is being cleared. But there's probably millions of dollars of goods of printed products, including games and comics, that were being sold on consignment. And
Uh-huh.
apparently, in bankruptcy, consignment doesn't mean what you think it means. We think consignment means Glenn, you're gonna sell things on consignment. It's my shit. You're taking it to
I'm taking
sell.
your game and selling it for you.
Right. Um, well, in bankruptcy, apparently, and anything held on
And
consignment is considered to
I'm
be
sorry,
the property
I
of
lost you. We
the
lost you. Would you say
bank.
that again?
Uh, yeah, I thought my mouth was moving slowly. Anything held on consignment, okay, is
Uh-huh.
considered to be owned by the company that is actually going through the bankruptcy action. So, in other words, if you are, well, Goodman escaped this. He grabbed the stuff early. But say you are, I don't know, Marvel Comics, DC Comics. You've got stock that's being held by Diamond. No, you had stock. It isn't yours anymore. It's going to be sold off at auction, and you are
Well,
going to be in competition with yourself.
yeah, as far as consignment goes, I thought it works like you made a game, I have a store. You want me to sell it in my store. I sell it in
Right,
your store, and then when it sells, I get a cut.
right. But that's
Yeah,
because, and you're thinking that the store owner never bought it. He's holding it, but he never
right.
bought it. But bankruptcy court says, nope, you own it, and we will sell it to cover your debts.
So
So,
so I get the whole. I wouldn't get a cut. I get the whole thing, or
well, you
the debt would get the whole thing.
right, and the debtors that get paid off first are what? The lien holders. They aren't the these are the banks. These are the investors that get paid off first.
Okay.
So if you Roll for Combat has well over $100,000 in stock held by Diamond.
Wow.
That not only is being sold off at auction, it's now going to be sold at discount stores at a price that he can't compete with in his own store.
Oh wow. Should I go start looking at Ollie's?
That was Ollie's was mentioned. There's going to be a lot of stuff showing up at
Ollie's,
Ollie's.
big lots. All
Yeah,
those, even Dollar General or Family Dollar.
you
But I
know.
guess the Dollar Tree, that'd be really something.
Oh my God, we've got the Diamond collection.
Yeah, everything's $1.25.
Yeah, yes, Doc.
Whatever.
the diamond thing is a huge shit show. They are ripping off so many companies. But
I believe
again,
it.
you would have thought that once the bankruptcy was declared and agreed upon, that they wouldn't have an issue paying the new diamond
Hmm.
would be paying its clients, but it's not. These companies are not getting paid for stuff that's being sold. They are also saying that their sales reps that they're talking to are getting changed on like a weekly basis, which means that there's just a huge turnover. Nobody wants to be in a position where potentially you are screwing over your customers.
Yeah,
Because who's going to be held accountable for it? Those are the people
exactly.
that are going to be stuck holding the bag.
Well, this should be interesting to watch.
Yeah, it's funny because my phone now knows that I follow this so much that when I open up my browser, it
Uh-huh.
has the next diamond story already loaded on the bottom of my browser.
Really.
Yeah,
See, the
I
thing
should probably go in right now and just check that out.
that's not very fair, but I can understand the courts thinking because they got to keep it simple. If it
Yeah.
starts getting complicated, I mean, yeah, that makes a lot of lawyers a lot of money, but still, if you can't follow it, you know, we're just going to say this is yours, okay?
Yep.
Some judge will just, yeah, it's yours. Let's do this thing.
It's
Kind of,
yours. Get paid for it.
yeah, yeah, I can see that. But then again, I can see the other side too, which is not good either. By the way, Doc, thank you. He said he really liked my episode about bottle episodes. I haven't been doing my show this week, so but I did a show on bottle episodes. You know what a bottle episode is?
Oh, do tell.
Okay. TV and even movies, there are certain episodes called bottle episodes. And what it is, it's usually an episode that takes place in one, maybe two, mostly just one place. And it's with the main cast, no guest stars or anything. And these are the kind of episodes that come along when it's near the end of the season and they're running out of money. So the writers will write a bottle episode so they could do it as cheaply as possible. Um, I've seen and funny thing is some of the bottle episodes are pretty good. I mean, they really get a chance to like delve into the characters and things like that.
Oh, that's
Because
cool.
what else are they going to do?
Right.
Um, I gave a couple examples. One was DuckTales did in season 2 something called Quack Pack, which was their attempt at making a bottle episode in an animated cartoon. And it kind of worked. I thought it was fascinating. I don't know if it was bottle episode, but you know,
Okay.
stuff where like two characters are stuck in some place and they have to play off each other, two or three characters, that kind of thing.
All right.
The Three Stooges did one. There was one of their shorts was called Tricky Dicks, and it all took place inside a police police station. They were detectives, and it was. I mean, there are other people coming in, but it was all in one episode. It was all in one place. They played off each other, and whoever came in, it was kind of like the Three Stooges version of Barney Miller, you know.
Okay.
And I thought it was great. It was really great, and I thought, can we do that in a role playing game? How would that work out in a role playing game? And I started, elaborating on, well, in the beginning, dungeon delves were bottle episodes because they usually remember early days they started right at the entrance of the
Oh
dungeon
yeah.
and they go down. And it's like they clean out the dungeon or what, spend so many sessions doing that. And that's pretty much a bottle episode right there. So
Interesting.
that was my spiel. Hi Rob.
Monsieur Rob, the Kickstarter extraordinaire.
Oh yeah, he's got his thing going. Yeah,
It
yeah.
actually wrapped up last Friday, but
Did it?
yeah, it landed very well. He did very well. But
Mm-hmm.
see, like bottle episodes are a bit like episodic episodes where they don't like if you have an ongoing campaign,
Right.
the episodic can just be. It's like, well, you can drop this anywhere. It's like, all right,
Yeah,
we had an
exactly.
ongoing storyline, but we're gonna drop out of that ongoing storyline and do
Well,
this.
they have the
episodic.
story arc, like say X-Files. They got the story arc stuff, and then they got the Monster of the Week stuff. And the Monster of the
Right?
Week stuff is usually a lot of times a bottle episode.
Yeah.
You know, um, so you can drop those anywhere. Um, oh, you see that?
Rob's taking late pledges. But do I still have?
You got a link you can put up there?
I'm checking to see if I still have a link for Rob's. I may not. Let me check. Sorry, Rob. I'm gonna have to generate a link for you. I don't have it up. Hold on a second.
Hands up.
Glenn, keep them entertained. Don't do it. Don't.
Chili peppers burn my gut.
I can see, take out the seeds. It'll be a little bit better.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. Chili peppers, man. Nobody gets that joke, but I don't care.
Chili, not the red hot chili peppers.
No, that's a Mystery Science Theater reference that nobody will get. So,
Well,
but that's okay. That's okay. I did that to Vince once on Save or Die. And did I ever tell you that story?
I don't know.
Let me bore you some more with this story. On an early episode, remember Crispy?
Yes.
He was on there, and he was looking something up, and I think it was me and Vince and Corey were on there, and Crispy turns to us and says, "I got to look this up. Talk amongst yourselves for a moment." The first thing I did was turn to Vince and go, chili peppers burn my gut. He said, "What the hell are you talking about?" I said, "Well, he told us to talk amongst ourselves. We're talking amongst ourselves." And Corey started laughing and just like, oh, that was great. Good times. Let me tell you.
We think that stuff is funny. Vince was always took it a little too seriously at times. Just
Well, I
love.
love Vince's hosting and how he kept me in line and stuff, but a lot of times there was an attitude of, all right, children,
Yes.
let's get back to it. Let's get back to the subject, that kind of thing. Well, I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't always warranted, but at the same time,
Well, it wasn't okay. Sometimes it was probably warranted. Always.
Hey, why don't you put that link up here?
Oh, on the scroller.
Yeah, why or you can put it just like
I put it in the chat.
Put it in the comments
I put it in the comments.
and highlight it here so people know what they're getting into.
I can't highlight. It's in the comments. If you can click on it in the comments. If I put it on the screen, you won't be able to click on it. But I mean, just
okay. Okay. Anything we can do to help Rob,
But
yeah,
we like Rob.
yeah.
And
We like Rob's a favorite of the show.
Yes, and hopefully next year at North Texas, we can get the Tenkar's Tavern channel hosts together for one big group picture. I think we'll have most of them on.
I think Don's going to be going next year. So
Don's going to be there. Greg Christopher should be there. Joe the lawyer should be there. Rob should be there.
And I would actually like to. I'm looking forward to meeting Joe the lawyer.
Oh, Joe's a pisser. You'll love him.
Well, I've got my pisser moments too. So as long as we're drinking, I don't care.
Oh yeah. The two of you will be going along fine.
Good. I mean, he's pretty much the Wild West as far as of live streams, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I mean, who else is going to do 5.5 hours?
Does he still do that?
Yeah, I think Chubby was. Greg was on one of those.
Oh yeah.
I just don't do anything that he could use to sue you, Glenn.
You mean I can't? You mean I can't whip it out right there in the bar?
Yeah, it's not like Joe's like a lawyer. I mean, he's a lawyer, but he's he's a non-practicing lawyer. It's like a non-practicing Jew. He's a lawyer in name only.
Oh, you mean he doesn't have
He's a mediator.
the degree the
He's a
degree?
mediator for the state. So
Oh, he's kind of like what Jason is for his company.
yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Jason's like a contract lawyer. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Rob, does two pissers equal a pooper?
I
You
don't want to find.
know,
I don't want
I
to
was
find out.
gonna make a comment, and it could be taken out the wrong way. And I was gonna make a Satine and Jameson joke, but
Oh,
I'm just gonna leave. I'm just gonna say the fact that I was gonna make a joke should be enough to tell you I shouldn't make the joke. So I'm not gonna make the joke.
well,
I'm
you can
gonna.
always make it with like Mr. Pencil Dice.
Wait. Was Satine and Ken?
No, I mean just make it about Ken.
Oh, not the same. Although he was in the industry for a while, I will
That's
say
true.
that.
That's true. That is true.
On the other side of the camera, the voyeur side.
Ooh, he's probably watching right now. No, he
Probably.
doesn't. He doesn't watch this show. He doesn't get anything from it. He doesn't. He doesn't have anything that he could use against you. So
Uh,
what a guy! What a guy! But where
I'm
were
at
we?
wit's end. Is all I'm saying. I'm at wit's
Yeah.
end. But yes. Now I was thinking here. I've got one convention left for the year,
Yeah, Charcon.
ChireCon, which I'll be there with Rob, and that's going to be a lot of fun.
Hmm.
And then I take a break until TotalCon, and I got a feeling that the next I got a feeling that the last half of this year is going to be fairly busy for me, even though my calendar looks pretty empty, and it's a good thing. I'm not complaining.
I'm going to
But,
spend the rest of the year trying to avoid the holidays. So
well, I mean, which holidays? Thanksgiving and Christmas.
I still get a kick out of Halloween. That's about it.
All right. Well,
Especially avoiding Thanksgiving.
Well, you don't want to make a turkey.
No, I don't want to clean up the mess after the turkey.
Oh.
I just yeah.
If you wanted a real turkey mess, do a deep fried one out in your backyard and watch that thing explode. And you can have a real turkey.
Those deep fried turkeys sound pretty good.
I've heard that they're delicious, but you have to you like. I heard that there was someone who did a deep fried turkey in their, I guess, backyard, and they didn't defrost the turkey first.
Mm-hmm.
So they put a frozen bird into.
Oh.
You already see where it's going.
Yeah, I've had a similar experience with something else.
Yeah, it was a big kaboom.
Oh boy, let me tell you what happened to me. When I was a teen, my dad decided to put an add-on to the back of the house, which is great because he belonged to like the Compton Hunting and Fishing Club.
Okay.
And all his friends were like contractors. One guy was a carpenter, one guy was an electrician. The only thing they had to hire was a plumber because there were no plumbers in the club. And so they hired this one guy. And this is back when they used to use metal pipes where they seal it off with the liquid lead. They'd have to, seal it off. Well, during the day, he was there with my dad. They were all working. It was on the weekend, and the guy had a burner set up with the pot with the liquid lead in there with a ladle, and everybody else was busy. And I went over and say, I'm going to do him a favor. I'm going to go clean his ladle. So I took the ladle out, go into our sink in the garage, and clean it off best I could with cold water and then I put it back in. I stood there. Oh, nice. And this giant lead bubble came up and burst right into my face.
Oh my God.
Everybody panicked. Fortunately, none of it got in my eyes because I immediately, did one of those. And life lesson learned. Let me put it that way.
Wow.
Wow. So what did you do? You don't put something cold in there?
You rolled a 20, man. You rolled a 20 in your
I was
save.
like 14 or something like that. Hope you. I'm sorry about your leg, Doc. A new leg. Wow. Are you in a peg? No. But what happened? That's a serious question. What happened to your leg? Because I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Glenn didn't go over and kick you. I know that much.
Yeah. I went all the way over to California just to kick your leg.
Let that be a lesson to you.
Yeah.
What Glenn will do for love or just discipline.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hot oil and ice are a bad combination, I can imagine.
Yeah. Not good. Not good.
So you have one
con left for the year. I can't believe I already went to 5
and this one's in what, September?
End of September.
Okay. And then you're free for the rest of the year. Cool.
Yeah, I'm free. Yeah, we're free until February.
Oh,
all
cool.
the time. So it's gonna be nice.
Nice. Hi, Dave.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Dave. Hey, Dave.
Hey,
Hey, Ralphie boy. Hey, Ralphie boy. Yeah, can just bugger off. I like the idea of the holidays. I like the feeling I get from the holidays. Everything else can go away. I'd rather travel. We've spent holidays traveling. I spent a week in California looking after my mom while my sister and her husband were going to Hawaii to visit one of their kids. So that was, that's fun. That's fun because I don't have to be around. I don't have to buy presents. Actually, the present buying has gotten easier since online.
Oh God.
Yeah. And trying to figure. I mean, it's gotten to the point where most of the grandkids are getting gift cards. It's just easier that way.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And you can do that with Amazon too. It's like,
I mean, every once in a while, I'll go on. If I have the money, I'll go on Amazon, just buy a $50 gift card and leave it on there. Just so we have it, which is probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you never know what game stuff is coming out. Who was it say that didn't? Oh, I was thinking of Gangbusters again. I didn't want to mention Gangbusters, although I'm mentioning Gangbusters BX because it's coming out soon. I didn't want to do that because we were on with Mark last time, and it was like turned into the Gangbusters show.
Which it was meant to do, so that is fine. I don't mind.
Well, you're probably right. I just didn't want to. I don't know what that is. I just didn't want to monopolize the whole thing, and it ended up being that way anyway. We've got a lot of great games coming out, and that's one of them.
Yes.
I have to get with Don and see. He told me he'd send me a PDF of the core book. I mean, I have one already, but I wanted the one with all the corrections.
Oh, okay.
That he said he had. And so hope to get that.
Is there
the only correction I was worried about is the fact that my name got spelled right.
Well, there you go. Chris wants to know if there's a con season. So generally speaking,
actually there is, but
there is, but it isn't like how you think it is. All right, because con season for gaming conventions is built upon the idea, generally speaking, of having your conventions off peak or off season for the area you're in,
like the hotels stuff.
So the venue is cheaper. So there's a reason why North Texas is the first weekend of June, because if they did it in February or March, it'd be much more expensive because that's peak time for conventions.
Plus, you've got a lot of competition at the first of the year. I noticed with like Gary Con and
Oh, the first part, yeah. Well,
ThunderCon and so North
well,
Texas moves it over to
June, and it works out. But now, yes, you have Gary Con in February. Why is Gary Con in February? Because it's off peak. When you're going out to Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, summertime is peak. So like EggCon being in the summer is it's awesome, and it's in Lake Geneva, but the hotel room rates are much more expensive than they would be if it was being held off peak.
right.
TotalCon in Marlborough, Massachusetts is in February. This is very much off peak because you can get snowed out. Page is in like early January in Philadelphia. Guess what? It snows in Philadelphia fairly frequently during that time frame.
Right.
So I'm sure the venue and the hotels are cheaper than they would have been if you were doing it in May or June or
I find
September.
I find it interesting that like I've gone to DundraCon many a time in the past, and it's always on President's Weekend, which I find
Okay.
weird. Wouldn't that doesn't seem like off peak to me for a hotel?
Actually, I think that holiday weekends are a weird one for conventions. I know there's a convention in New Jersey that's always the July 4th weekend.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I that might just be, listen, like you wouldn't want to hold your convention on Easter weekend, right? Because you're not going to have anybody there on
I
Sunday.
mean, last time I was there, they actually built that area up while they were doing the con over the years. Because I remember when there was nothing, there was supposed to be a light industrial area they were still working on. I remember going to the bar that had a big old bay window, and you can sit there and watch them with bulldozers and stuff, doing that. But now there's a Target there, but everything else is light industrial. So it's also where it is.
Right,
Um, I think they have Target and a few food options, but like North Texas, I mean, my only gripe is the food options could be better. And I'm not talking about the lunch trucks. The
right,
trucks are fine. I think I know they're Gary and Bad Mike are trying to do that to compensate
right.
for the fact that there's only the restaurant in the hotel and Denny's
Yeah, pretty
within
much.
walking distance. But they could have a few more. That would be nice.
What food trucks? I think the thing is that if you have too many food trucks, they eat themselves. They
Right,
take business from each other. So
right.
you kind of.
But we had what, two at
I
a
think
time,
that's
two, three
probably
at a time.
yeah, that's your max probably.
Yeah.
I
But they
mean,
could, I mean, I'd love to see other permanent places be there besides Denny's.
yeah, but you're probably not going to. But the thing is, for North Texas, the Westin loves North Texas.
I know.
They bend over backwards
They
to
did.
make sure that the North Texas guests and attendees have a great experience.
They've been
So
wonderful. They've been wonderful to me. I
yeah,
love it. You
and
know.
they supplied branded like D&D cookies and stuff.
Oh
I
God,
mean,
yes. Oh, but I grabbed one, and then the next day, Gage says, "Don't eat the cookies; they're terrible."
they were good.
I thought they were all right. Nothing to write home about, but
They
I
weren't.
didn't get
They
sick.
weren't. That kid is spoiled. I'm going to tell you right. Don't eat the cookies. They're terrible.
No, no. What he is a wannabe chef.
Oh well,
I mean,
then
at one time when he was younger, he
uh,
wanted to go to culinary school. I don't know if he still does, but he is a good cook. And unfortunately, when somebody becomes a really good cook like that and follows the culinary stuff, they start getting a little snobby about, well, how's your steak? Well, it wasn't cooked as well as that. Or they put this in here. He can taste stuff in the food, that kind of thing.
right.
He'll
Oh,
basically be the food critic.
right. Well, that's fine. I don't want to hear it. I was enjoying my cookie.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay, fine. The cookies were good. Okay.
yeah. Chris, thanks. I'm looking for this info. I've been looking into planning a con because of where I live. A lot of people have allergy issues. I've never been there before. I was, I think, in February or March. Live in the East, so if you're living in, if you're on the East Coast, Page is in early January, middle of February or ish is TotalCon. I can't think of anything in March. I know that on the East Coast, oh God, what's the name of the con? There's Rising Phoenix is late April. So, but uh, if you're looking at that March, early April, you're not in probably competition. You can
Mhm.
go on tabletop events and look and see what is scheduled when, and it can help you plan things out. And
Mhm.
Chubby has a question.
Yes. Oh, by the way, Doc, thanks for the info on the knee. Oh,
Yeah,
I,
I think I'll keep
I
mine.
am. Yeah, me too. I mean, I've already had comb shots in my knee that worked wonders. I hope it doesn't go any further than that.
Yeah.
Anyway, you were saying, right?
Chubby wants to know, considering what you know about my product offerings, what should be the top three conventions for me? Um,
Well, North Texas automatically.
North Texas, definitely. I would say, 'cause I also know where you are, Greg. You know, I'm trying to get things that are theoretically drivable. When I say theoretically, I don't know how drivable it really is. Um, Central New York Con is a very old school con. They hit 200 attendees this year. Every vendor that was spoken to is coming back next year. They did very good business for a 2 day con. I think next year it's going to be 2.5 days. Um, so if you can make your way to New York, if you could join Rach and I for the second half
Hi,
of the
Rob.
trip, which is another 4.5 hours outside of New York City.
Yeah.
Um, Page may be an idea to go to as a vendor. TotalCon. SharaCon is good. I don't know if you'd make your expenses back at SharaCon. It's a little small. But I know Joe Block did very good sales for those 2 days.
Oh, by the way,
Very,
Doc says that DuntraCon has moved to Santa Clara, my old stomping grounds. Okay, I know where to go now. Anyway, go ahead.
yeah. Let's see.
At North Texas, you're going to love it as a vendor there. I mean, this year I was there on the Wednesday before the official con started,
Uh huh.
and they had already set up some of the booths and stuff. Like two or three of the vendors made their money back even before the con opened.
Well, there you go. You know,
You
that's.
know, it's beautiful there.
Chris says he's in the Tennessee near the Smokies. By the way, I mean, listen, if you get a convention going on in
And if
that
I had an
area,
excuse to go there to the Smokies, and that'd be an
yeah,
excuse, I'd take it.
you know, my son and my daughter-in-law are out in Nashville, so it's an excuse for me to go to Tennessee.
Uh-huh.
I would make it a family visit and a con appearance, but
Oh
you
yeah.
know,
Well, I'd be like a con appearance and then go in the Smoky Mountains. You're gonna have to pull me out.
pull them out, damn it, pull them
Yeah,
out.
nature. Just like, oh, it's beautiful out here. I'm never leaving. I go
Uh,
back to where? Oklahoma? Oh crap.
um, LugCon, what the heck is LugCon? Death Angels. I don't know what LugCon is. Unless I know what it is. I mean, obviously it's a gaming convention, but I don't know what they special. Like North Texas is focused on old school gaming. Central New York Con is old school gaming. Page is all gaming. Total Con is all gaming, but it has a very nice old school track. So just throwing it out there, you know, you want to find a convention that if you're going to go with a vendor, especially, you're going to get the most bang for your buck.
Mm-hmm.
You know, um, Greg, I would also throw in WizardCon is going to be much larger this year. I know a number of special guests that are going, but that's up there in Battle Creek, Michigan. So that's it's going to be like a 11 and a half, 12 hour drive for me, assuming I don't get
WizardCon.
caught in traffic.
Oh yeah, WizardCon's going to be a flight for me.
That's okay.
Maybe this is the only con I fly to, just like you.
Yeah, I fly to one con, darn it. Trollor Games is going to LoCon just outside of Atlanta. Oh well, yeah, Greg, that's definitely a good con for you to attend.
Yep.
Even if it's just as an attendee, but if you can go there as a vendor, I mean, the other thing too, especially if you are gonna go as a vendor, when you look at conventions that are coming up, and you find ones that you go, oh, I could drive to this one. Look to see once they start having like games listed. In your case, is there a lot of OSRs, a lot of Shadow Dark? You want to know that what you work on, your specialty, is what's being sold there.
Yeah.
Just ideas. Oh, it's a 4 day show in October. Nice. October is it's not too cold, and your risk of snow in any of these places is minimal. Um, I remember going to Game Hall one year, and it was on Halloween weekend, and that was not good. I mean,
To me, North Texas, the good outweighs the bad.
I
Um,
can deal with the heat. Yeah,
yes, I don't mind the heat, but sometimes we have a little weather I don't need, like rain and thunder and all that. But it's not all the time.
oh,
But that's the first year I brought my trunks and I didn't go into the pool. That's weird.
the
I remember,
rooftop pool.
yeah. I don't know if Gage still does that, but like he would not go anywhere near the pool because it's on the rooftop and he was afraid of heights. I don't know if he's still that way, but
Okay.
yeah. And it's like you're not going anywhere. It's like, there's walls and stuff, No, no, no,
Yeah.
no, no, no.
Well,
Just,
you can look at the planes as they fly over the
I
hotel.
mean, what we were on the 12th floor
Uh,
this last time, and I don't think he ever looked out the window.
okay.
Maybe once, but like I said, I don't know if he still has that problem, but some people do. So,
Yeah.
um, what else? Yeah, North Texas. The like I said, the weather thing is kind of a little concern, but I think you're gonna make your bankroll there.
Yeah.
You really will.
You
Um,
know.
okay.
Yep.
Yep.
I've got a tickle in my throat.
I hear that. You get that all the time. I don't really feel like a gamer anymore.
Why?
I just thought I'd blurt that out.
So what do you
The
what
only,
do you
the
what do you
the only
feel like?
game I run is at North Texas,
Okay.
and it's probably my fault. Yeah, moving to a small town in Oklahoma, knowing there's gaming here, but I don't go to the game store, and all my regular game buddies are either online or in the city, which is about 30 miles away. So, sometimes a lot of times it's like I want to play on a game, but who's going to play it? I mean, I don't do online. I mean, I play online, but I
Right.
don't GM online.
You see.
I just don't want to deal with the learning curve for those VTTs.
Okay.
I really don't. I mean, Roll 20 is great as long as I'm just playing. Maybe Albert Rodeo, but I haven't dealt with that for a while. But I just also I've got the feeling that once I start learning it and actually do it, that's all I'm going to do. And I want to
Okay.
see people across the table face to face. You know, you know how it is.
No, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, but And whenever I get to do GM a game, I'm thrilled, but I don't want it to be like a special event or anything like that. I'm just airing my dirty laundry right now. My
Your
dirty gamer
laundry is
laundry.
very dirty, Glenn. I
I'm
can't
airing
believe it.
my dirty dice.
I can't believe how dirty your laundry is. Oh my God. They allow you out of the house with such dirty laundry. Ay.
Let me tell you. I think I scared Chris off. I think you're wrong. Well, I guess maybe you did. What can I say? But hey, we had a nice talk. Thank you. How much do I owe you for this session?
It's included in your
Oh, good.
in your contract, Glenn. Don't worry about it. You're all good.
Doc, my wife retires next year, so after that we'll sell the house and travel in an RV like a couple of old hippies with our 2 dogs. I envy you so much because I wanted to travel. We have to pick and choose our travel places and when, even though we're both retired.
Right.
So, but who knows? Maybe we'll see you in North Texas some year.
Yeah.
If I'm still there, I'm getting ready to I think I'm going to start a GoFundMe to be able to go. Anyway, but
Oy vey.
oy vey. Anyway, you get folks. It's almost that time.
Yep.
Look down there. Don't forget about the Humble Bundle down there.
Yep. And
Good
don't
deal.
forget Twilight 2000. I mean, yes, that world never came to be, but man, back in the 80s, we thought that was our future. Holy crap! David, good luck tomorrow.
Yeah, good luck.
Holy crap! I
want to see you on the other side. I want our other side.
Right. We won't see you tonight then on the Discord. Get some rest. God bless.
Yeah. And what else? Go to Wizard Tower Games. Look up Gangbusters BX. The print still isn't out, but the PDFs are there. So
there you go.
Hey,
folks. I don't know if there's a live stream tonight. I know things have been busy over on the Wizard Tower Dunsmore side. So I don't know, but if there is, I'll see you there. Any case, at 9:00 on the Tavern's Discord, we do a hangout. Hopefully, I'll see many of you there. And
I gotta start doing that again.
Yeah, you should, Glenn. And otherwise, tomorrow is July 4th. If we don't see you, have a
great 4th.
Have a great 4th of July. Eat, drink, be merry, be safe.
Yes.
Can't stress that enough.
All you Americans have a great 4th of July. And for everybody else over in the other side of the world, sorry, we're a nation now.
Yeah. No drinking and no playing with fireworks while in talks. That's the advice the Tavern gives out.
That's a good because I've had a couple of near misses. So
I think we all have. All right, folks. On that note, be safe, be well. God bless. Roll those dice. Roll them well.
Good night, folks.
If we don't have a live tomorrow, I'm sure we'll put some content out.
Oh yeah, time for me to go shopping for tomorrow. Grocery shopping for tomorrow.
Oh, go with God.